Have you ever felt lost, like you're just going through the motions day after day without a real sense of purpose? It's a feeling we all encounter at some point. It's that heavy sensation when you wake up and wonder, what's the point of all this? The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, a master at dissecting the human condition, captured this struggle perfectly. He famously wrote, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Think about that for a second. It's not just a clever phrase, it's a profound truth about human resilience. It suggests that the greatest source of strength we have is not physical power or a lack of problems, but a powerful, compelling reason to keep going. This why is our North Star, our personal mission. It's the thing that gets us out of bed when we'd rather hide under the covers. Let's imagine two people facing the exact same challenge. Let's say they're both working incredibly long, difficult hours on a project. The first person sees it as just a job, a means to a paycheck. The stress is crushing. Every obstacle feels like a mountain, every setback a personal failure. They burn out quickly because the grueling work is unbearable without a meaningful why. Now the second person. They are doing the exact same work, facing the same long hours and the same obstacles. But for them, this project is everything. Maybe it's a startup they've poured their life savings into, a scientific discovery that could change lives, or a creative masterpiece they've dreamed of making since childhood. For them, the why is crystal clear and burns brightly. The long hours, they're an investment. The obstacles, they're puzzles to be solved. The stress is still there, but it's different. It's fuel. Their purpose transforms the suffering of the how into a meaningful journey. They can bear almost anything because the destination is worth it. This isn't about ignoring hardship. Nietzsche wasn't telling us to pretend that life isn't difficult. In fact, he believed that suffering was an inevitable and even necessary part of a meaningful life. The key is to transcend that suffering by giving it a purpose. I saw a documentary once about a lonely, gnarled tree standing by itself on a windswept cliff. It was bent and twisted by a century of storms, its branches reaching out in a shape that spoke of constant struggle. At first glance, it looked broken. But then the film explained its significance. This tree was a landmark for sailors. For generations, its unique shape, carved by the how of 100 years of storms, served as a vital navigational point, guiding ships safely to harbor. Suddenly, the tree wasn't broken anymore. It was profound. Its suffering had a why. It had a purpose far greater than just its own survival. It was a savior. Its scars told a story of service and resilience. That story, the story of its why, transformed it from a lonely, battered object into something deeply touching, almost cinematic in its heroism. We are all like that tree. We get battered by the storms of life. We face financial hardship, health crises, heartbreak, and loss. These are the hows of our existence. Without a why, these storms can break us, leaving us feeling twisted and defeated. But when we discover our why, everything changes. So, what is your why? It doesn't have to be some grand, world-changing ambition, though it can be. Your why could be providing a better life for your children. It could be mastering a skill, creating art, or building a community. It could be as simple as bringing a moment of joy to someone else's day, or becoming a person you can be proud of. The why is deeply personal. It's the reason you fight, the reason you endure. Finding your why isn't always a single moment of revelation. It's often a process of discovery. It involves asking yourself tough questions. What do I truly value? What impact do I want to have? What legacy do I want to leave behind? It requires self-reflection, experimentation, and sometimes just paying attention to what truly makes you feel alive. When you're engaged in an activity and time seems to fly by, that's a clue. When you help someone and feel a deep sense of satisfaction, that's a clue. Once you have a grasp on your why, it becomes your anchor in the storm. When you're facing a tough how, a difficult boss, a financial struggle, a grueling workout, you can connect it back to your purpose. This tedious task isn't just a tedious task, it's a stepping stone toward building my dream business. This painful physical therapy isn't just pain. It's the path to running with my kids again. This sacrifice isn't just a loss. It's an investment in a future I believe in. This mindset shift is incredibly powerful. It reframes adversity. Instead of seeing problems as stop signs, you see them as part of the price of admission for a life of purpose. The how becomes the texture of your story, the very thing that makes your ultimate achievement more meaningful. Think of any great biography or film. The hero's journey is never easy. The how is always filled with struggle, but it's their unwavering commitment to their why that makes us root for them, that makes their story inspiring. Nietzsche's wisdom is a call to action. It's a challenge to stop sleepwalking through life and to actively create our own meaning. Don't just bear the how. Find a why so powerful that it makes the how not just bearable, but meaningful. Your purpose is your power. It's the engine that will drive you through any hardship, over any mountain, and toward a life you are proud to have lived. What's the why that gets you through the tough times? I'd love to read about it in the comments below. Sharing our purpose can inspire others to find their own. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this resonated with you, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more content that explores the big questions of life. See you next time.